Welcome, welcome graduates, parents, platform guests, friends, and guests of the class of 2021. Would everyone please stand and remain standing for the national anthem? Everyone, please be seated. Welcome to the 131st Annual High School Commencement of Vancouver Public Schools. Fort Vancouver High School Center for International Studies opened its doors at our current location on 18th Street in 1970. This is the 51st class to graduate from this location. The class of 2021 consists of 350 students. I'd like to congratulate the parents of these seniors and the families of these seniors and express to you my appreciation for the assistance you provide in helping them to successfully complete this phase of their education. The objective of the graduation ceremony is to celebrate achievement. It is intended to challenge and inspire students as they face their future. Thus, it is requested that the audience please be respectful during the reading of each graduate's name. The audience is further requested to remain seated until all diplomas have been awarded. Ladies and gentlemen, the highlight of this evening's program is the awarding of diplomas. I am delighted to present the 350 members of the 2021 graduating class of Fort Vancouver High School Center for International Studies. These students are recommended by the faculty and administration to receive their diplomas this evening. At this time, we'll hear from our student speaker, Medina Jasarovic.
Fly far like a bird, following your dreams, but always know where your nest is. Good afternoon, students, teachers, staff members.
Good evening. My name is Kyle Sproul, the current chair of the Vancouver Public Schools.
Fly far like a bird, following your dreams, but always know where your nest is. Good afternoon, students, teachers, staff members, and families. It is my honor today to represent Fort Vancouver High School in the class of 2021. I want to start off by thanking all the wonderful teachers and staff members who have facilitated the growth of this class. Without the countless amount of effort and time they have put into our learning, we wouldn't be celebrating this memorable academic milestone today. We have come a long way from starting high school as little middle school graduates to this point in our lives where we are mature young adults. I felt welcome the moment I first stepped through the main doors, with the flags above me representing the rich diversity and the multitude of various cultures. I knew immediately that this is where I belonged. My parents raised me to love and appreciate people for who they are and to always look at the beauty within a person. We live in a world where judgment has become the norm. People who are different from the majority are oppressed and marginalized. I am confident that this generation will strive to respect people for their differences, love one another, support each other, and stand up for what is right. One thing that has always motivated me throughout my high school experience is the story of my family's migration to America. They come from a small and beautiful country within the heart of Europe named Bosnia and Herzegovina. About 30 years ago, Bosnia was forced to participate in a war because of an attack from neighboring countries, which resulted in a genocide. They were discriminated against because of their religion. It was devastating. Mothers lost their sons, children lost their parents, and schools were bombed to the ground. Many slept on the floor at night to avoid getting shot. Many were left disabled. The curriculum in schools switched from math, English, and science to survival and self-defense. People hid from the aggressors and recognized the sound and smell of grenades, had limited food and water, and so forth. Women were separated from their husbands. Unborn children were left without the warmth of a father. Half of the men were enslaved, others were immediately killed, and some never returned to their families. My dad was 18 when he was imprisoned in one of the many concentration camps for almost 3 years. He is one of the 3 people who survived and out of thousands of others and is now witness to all the victims. We are forever grateful that he survived because without him, I would not be standing here today. He is the best Baba in the world. He survived, but the war murdered his youth. Every premature line on the faces of the survivors represents a moment where their childhood was shattered. One of the best times of their lives was taken away from them, and thousands of others. The ignorance, acts of discrimination, and selfishness spread across the country crushed their spirits. 5 years later, at age 24, my mom came to America with her mom, brother, and sister. My dad came alone shortly before my mom. Crushed from the burden placed upon their souls after the war, they came to seek a new and better life. I know that many of you have similar family stories. My mom and her family came with a bag that had refugee written on it. When they arrived at the airport in Chicago, my uncle went to a little bakery near the gates to buy bread. The woman at the counter asked him what he wanted to purchase. He couldn't form a sentence of English other than saying hello, help, and buy. Without saying anything, he just showed her a handful of quarters. Her eyes released a river of emotions that words couldn't describe. She knew. She gave him a large bag of small dinner rolls, and he brought it to my mom, aunt, and grandma. They shared their food with the other refugees, who would soon be transported to different states in the U.S., not knowing how life would treat them. My uncle is truly one of my greatest heroes, inspiring me to be a better person and to never give up trying. Imagine losing your friends at 17. Imagine having to learn a whole new language in the span of a couple of months just to be able to fulfill basic needs. My uncle was a teenager entering a world of strangers, not knowing what he was destined to experience. My family came here for a reason, and that was to give my siblings, cousins, and I a life that they couldn't have. I know that many of your families did the same, and we will never take that for granted. For Vancouver graduates, our generation has the opportunity to change the future for the better, to enforce kindness and empathy, to spread peace and love. A random baker in Chicago showed my uncle what American kindness looks like, which made my entire family feel welcomed in this land. We can be like that baker. We can show that kindness, that empathy, that hope. Now, before I go, I would like to say a special thank you to my parents in Bosnian. Mama I babo, da vas dragi Allah nagradi svakim dobrom za sav vaš trud koji ste uložili u mene. Riječi ne mogu opisati koliko sam zahvalna što vas imam. I masu selam za moju Bosnu i Hercegovinu.
Amazing. Amazing, Medina. Thank you. Now we'll show a video message from our board member president, Kyle Sproul.
Good evening. My name is Kyle Sproul, the current chair of the Vancouver Public Schools Board of Directors. Welcome and congratulations for being here. You've made it. When I was first presented with this opportunity to address the graduating class, I considered what I might impart to the class of 2021, a class that endured a global pandemic and all that came with it, and yet here you still are. I naturally thought back to my high school graduation. What wisdom was shared with me? I don't recall who the speaker was, but I do very clearly remember the two pieces of advice he shared. It has stuck with me over the past 25 years. First, be a lifelong learner. Second, stay nimble. Be a lifelong learner. You are graduating high school. You have acquired so much knowledge about history, math, literature, science. You have also inevitably learned more about yourself and your interests. You have likely learned skills like leadership, work ethic, personal organization. Let this just be the beginning of your learning journey. You have also learned immensely throughout the experience of this past year. You've learned what you cannot easily be taught: perseverance, resilience, flexibility. You have likely learned that there is strength in asking for help. You have learned the power of showing up. Even in this terribly difficult year, your class is full of beautiful stories of showing up for each other, for your families, for your communities. As I apply this concept of lifelong learning, the idea of always being open and willing to learn, to your class in particular, I cannot believe how prepared you are for a life of continued learning. While your learning journey is already so rich and colorful, don't stop now. Stay the course, keep learning new things, challenging yourself with new experiences. The second piece of advice I was given, stay nimble, was especially poignant to me. The challenge to be flexible, to be okay if situations play out differently than my original expectation, to adapt to the ever-changing circumstances. Congratulations, you have already demonstrated this. By completing high school in a pandemic, you have become truly nimble. Stay the course, maintain this flexibility as you move ahead. It will serve you well. What I have ultimately realized is that the best advice I ever received while graduating high school, and advice that has admittedly taken years to truly understand, you already intrinsically know. You are tremendous learners of life, and you are already exceptionally nimble. So my words for you are: carry the experience you have gained in the past 4 years, particularly in the last 15 months, with you. While it has been marked with unprecedented challenge and disappointment, stress, anxiety, discomfort, and so much more, you have endured, you have overcome, and you have succeeded. Here you are. By sitting here today, you have accomplished something remarkable, and this is just your beginning. Let the experience of the past fuel you, inspire you as you navigate your future. In the words of author and advocate Helen Keller, character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through experience of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, ambition inspired, and success achieved. Now it is my honor, on behalf of the Vancouver Public Schools Board of Directors, I attest and certify that the students presented to you have met the graduation requirements established by the State of Washington and Vancouver Public Schools. It is my honor to accept the graduating class of 2021 and confer upon you a high school diploma. Thank you and congratulations.
Vancouver Public Schools recognize that the path to graduation and post-high school success is achieved through a range of learning opportunities for our students. This evening, we're here to recognize and award diplomas to those individuals who have met the graduation diploma requirements. It is our duty as designees of Vancouver Public Schools to recognize and award diplomas to this year's graduating class of 2021. We will now begin awarding the diplomas. Mr. Jim Stoda and Bethany Rivard will be reading our senior names. We will start with our senior ASB executive officers.
Mahala Jade Smith. Ashley Campuzano Valencia. Christina Havey Tran. Jillian Nye Snyder. Josie Nuno. Miranda Nicole Sumner. Sophia Marie Johnson. Emma Grace Elgart. Avery Macy Jane Kettler. Aaliyah Colleen Schlegel. Angelina Rodriguez. Lisbeth Onofre Murillo. Esmeralda Gonzalez Barajas. Isaac Manuel Luna Lopez. Mackenzie Codino. Renee Ramirez. Okay. Gage Leo Hill. Ty Gates.
Taylor Vaughn Montgomery. Medina Jasarovic. Aisha Samare. Jacob Grayson Gentry. Gabriella Noemi Garcia. Seth Philip Boot. Daniel Ruiz. Hugo Alejandro Beltran Lopez. Cameron Alexander Mitchell. Nicholas Lewis. Jesse Arthur Bulakaitis. Michaela Ann Dorantes. Brenna K. Weigel. Jesus de Andre Reyes Ramirez. Jessica Fajardo Carrillo. Savannah Midori Vaughn. Ariana Cousins. Chloe Brianna Arms. Jasmine Guadalupe Michelle. Camila Mendoza Lara.
Alicia Christine Sparks. Charlotte Rose Hebert. Madeline Bortolini. Caden Mitchell Desimoni. Savani Putavong. Bradley Abrica. Nee Bach. Win Fan. Elia Kazak. Christiana Aurora Heflin. Benjamin LaPlante. Renedy B. Sauken. Chase Eric O'Meara. Gabrielle E. Hardy. Kyra Marley Bond. Olivia Bernardino. Okay. Cameron Ray Orndorff. Maximus Taylor Marilyn Viertel.
Janae Lachey Lowe. Judy Plancarte. Ruby Plancarte. Christopher Riera Garcia. Roberto Palafox Sierra. Meirani Montes de Oca. Jackson Elicid Hernandez. Joaquim Tingume. Nassim Al-Naim. Isel Isabel Sanchez Emery. Anaí Huesos. Cecia Rentana. Fernando Garcia Valdovinos. Damian Garcia. Keontae Cage. DeAndre Cannon. Edward Henry Seacamp.
Two more.
Jackson Donald Butterfield. Tony Berden.
Melquis Rosas Sanchez. Dominic Paul Piccioni. Megan Ann Harris. Cassandra Rogers. Jacob Daniel Humphrey. Casey Day Rushing. Shelby McCabe. Jayla Morton. Valerina Turkan. Pluto Christensen. Anthony Allen Mee. Ashton Rose Browse. Rihanna Ray Hostetler. Jamie Kung Ueda. Ethan Castillo. Caitlin Hope Moorhead. Angel Ram. Jimmy James Nash Edwards. Dakari Carter.
Zachary David Andrews. Sage Lorraine Carter. Alexis Wiley. Michael Bryce Duran. Jennifer Guadalupe Rodriguez. Fabiola Rico Castillo. Rocio Marin Mendoza. Alexandria Whitney. Sarah Victoria Shad Patterson. Sierra Elizabeth Pereira. Shane Garrett Carver. Elijah Nishon Covington. Jocelyn Velasco Ruiz. Sonia Lopez Solorio. Alex Gabriel Barrera. Michaela Lou Bollinger. Gerardo Melchor. Milana Kurna.
Darina Havust. Daniel Labak. Jasmine Orozco. Marl Nemi. Michelle Jackson. Michael Lee Williams. Abigail Medina Sanchez. Jasmine E. Valencia Navarro. Taylor Danielle Hunter. Evelyn Aguilar Arona. Elizabeth Rosales Martinez. Lisbeth Rosales Martinez. Karina Moya. Macario Rafael Cervantes. Elise Jeppesen. Scott A. Felsky. Hunter Giovanni Weidman. Angela Arroyo Ramirez.
Johnson Meno. Bailey Rose Van Roy Amason. Lauren Bailey. James Nicholas Warren Orozco. Damian Ezekiel Cadena. Jamie Rojas Marin. Jamalia Trichet Gully. Jacqueline Marquez Calixto. Joanna Mena Perez. Giselle Garay. Adamari Saavedra Reyes. Aubrey Rose Tosin Tilton. Paige Elaine Barker. Jasmine Jade Boroff. Ashton Lakota Callahan. Mohammed Basim Wali. Edgardo Avila Contreras.
Jaquan Allen Collins. Kaylee Danielle Gonzalez. Flavio Cesar Ortiz Rodriguez. Max Lee Hunter. Tiana Marie Toves Francisco. Chloe Ultirackle. Aroki Toure. Deja Leilani Marie Williams. Janet G. Martinez Zavala. Enrique Para Zapeta. Luis Fernando Serrano Rosas. Nico Liufau. Jordania Elizabeth Salavea. Lardy Rodriguez. Adrian Alanis. Christian Monroy Chires. Alexis Miranda Garfias. Javier Macias Hernandez.
Tomas Brian Huerta Jaramillo. Aryan Anik Kumar. Tomas Luis Pangalinin. Johan Cruz Cruz. Azruel Roy Garcia. Alejandro Jaime Rojas. Esmeralda Marin. Malik Abu Aliyah. Zoe Amber Stewart. Dylan Prather. Emily Van Meter. Jordan Rashad Frank Thornton. Joseph Lara Barrios. Jose Mamije. Diego Luises. Amber Ray Skalman. Talina Laverne McGant. Enes Hassan. David Xuan Huang. Peter Wing.
Shadman Shazaan. Samuel Jacob Crawford. Alex Steinauer. Gabriel David Daigle. Braden Stokes. Queen Truong. Haley Kreiner. Tony Joe Tysaken. Jennifer Espindola Olvera. Alexis Tuponua. Christy Coppersurth. Catalina Kalian Jim. Leticia Arqueo Morales. Ricardo Ramirez. Zachary Lemery. Olivia Anna Jean Witten. Layla Victoria Lopez Martinez. Maria Antonia Sanchez Moreno. Jalea Lachey Campbell.
Josiah Christopher Herrera. Megan Suzanne Cope. Elizabeth Kathleen Whitwam. Michaela Elise Tesh. Josue Tinoco Mendez. Yaxelin Flores Alcauder. Stephanie Santiago. Vanessa Ocampo Morales. Tiffany Tran. Melissa Galan Carrillo. Ariana Ray Evans. Jaden Peterson. Oscar Lawrence Sanchez Torres. Anthony Micah Keone Gibson. Benjamin Sablon.
Omarion Joel Vital. Julius Poye Bolin. Madison Michelle Flayton. Isabel Lynn Williams. Nicole Faye Pekarik. Alexis Forrester. Annabelle Marie Lepoidovin. Taras Kanivets. Samantha Taylor Jane Short Peasley. Sebastian Segundo Martinez. Kiera Von Horn. Gael Valadez Burgos. David Alexander Marcial Luvio. Tyler Ryan Potter. Ivan Reyes Perez. Adrian Peacock. Logan Lynn Wiseman. Kevin Alexis Diaz. Tyron K. Solenthon. Janelle Nino Dimas.
Lisbeth Diaz Hernandez. Giselle Ortega Villanueva. Alexia Lelangan. Judy Adenia Cifuentes Rodriguez. Miguel Curiel Cruz. Tyson Lane. Noah Bradley Serrano Escalante. Noah Christensen. Raul Gabriel Santiago Fields. Hannah Noel Favel. Gloria Ray Winner. Alan Jesus Cedeno Contreras. Matthew Jimenez. Jesus Arce Ortiz. EJ Jackson. Ethan Charles Esparza. Lehuele Tiana Williander. Cheyenne Techui. Max Anthony Soria Mieja. Natalia Derienko. Lorenzo Rafael Vera. Oni Hope Solis. Stephen Nathaniel Ganner. James Flores. Ariana Alexis Staggs. Serena Johnson. Azara Pearl Hardy. Azara Pearl Hardy. Mary Neva Brown. Marcelina Lynn Contreras Smith. Anna Marie Maylene Tixon. Alexandria Beatriz Hurd. Zebedee Santa Cruz. Jose Pedro Coots. Giovanni Jose Jameson. Timothy Morris. Kylie Espinoza. Jose Jeronimo Morales. Maylene Park. And I'd like to recognize a student who has a medical emergency today, but it's Nina Noel Albrecht.
While we wait for the pictures to be taken from the graduates, we are going to show the senior slideshow for a minute, so just enjoy that. I'm also going to invite up the ASB officers for our next part so they can come up while we're waiting for those pictures. It'll just be a few minutes. Hello. All right. I guess a little bit of change of plans. So all you guys are going to have to do this while everybody else is also doing it, but we're going to have the tassel flip. So we got our 4 ASB officers who are going to lead our tassel flip. So, okay, graduates, we're just about there. We are now going to move our tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations to the class of 2021.